Hi, and welcome to Unusually Effective. In today's brief episode, I want to talk to you about the tiny decisions you barely notice each week, which are silently shaping the lifestyle you'll be stuck with decades from now. I want to start with this. You are not living extravagantly. You're not in some penthouse sipping champagne. You're doing what everyone else does. You meet friends for dinner once a week, $45, a couple drinks after work with coworkers, $25, sushi on Wednesdays, $60, pizza Fridays, $22, maybe a coffee and a scone on the weekend, $12. It feels harmless, but those harmless things stack up. That's $164 every single week. Now, here is the shocker. If you invested that same $164 instead for just 10 years, you'd have more than $140,000. Even if you halved your expenses to every other week, you'd still be sitting on well over $70,000. We've been told wealth is about radical discipline, self-denial, living like an ascetic, just to be the richest guy in the cemetery. That's the story anyway. But the truth is much simpler and lighter. You don't need to torture joy, you just need to scale it back a little bit. And scaling back, it changes everything. A few personal examples in my own life. The Sushi Mondays. There was a time when every Monday was sushi night. $40 like clockwork. 4 times a month, $160. Eventually, I thought, what am I doing and why am I doing it? Sushi had become just background noise, so I pulled it back. First Monday of the month only. The bill dropped to $40 a month. And suddenly, sushi became special again. Or takes drinks with friends. Fridays were always dinner and drinks, about $60. But I asked myself, do I need the dinner part? I already knew I definitely need the friendship part. I started eating at home and then meeting friends out for just 2 beers. $15 with tip. Same laughs, same camaraderie, none of the financial drain. Or take my post-hike burgers tradition. After hiking, I used to hit a burger place on the way home. $20 gone. Then I started packing sandwich in a cooler and leaving it in the car. I ate it in the parking lot right next to it. On the way home, I still stopped for a cheap beer, but that only set me back $6. Ritual intact, but without the bleed. Now we all know that dating can get very expensive. And life with a girlfriend was no less for me. Brunch, movies, dinners, gifts, it added up to casual $120 a weekend. So we flipped the script on that. One proper night out every couple weeks, and the rest of the time, cooking together, experimenting in the kitchen, packing a picnic lunch, or opening a bottle of wine at home. It cost less, felt way more intimate, and honestly, it was better. Over a bit of time across all of these adjustments, I freed up about $80 a week. And here is the important part. I didn't cut out joy. I didn't become a hermit. I just trimmed the excess. And 7 years later, that $80 a week invested in the S&P 500 came about to around $40,000, which meant a vacation I never thought I could take, a wardrobe upgrade without anxiety, and a new car bought in cash. And the whole time, I was still eating sushi, still grabbing beers with my buddies, still went hiking, and was still dating. Nothing was really missing. I just became a lot more intentional. So, what's a realistic plan? How do you put this into play in your own life? Let's make it simple. Understand that small shifts compound. Wealth is rarely about big leaps. It's about small, consistent shifts that compound over time. Pick one category of spending, whether it's coffee or takeout or subscriptions. Don't cut it out completely. Just reduce its frequency. Weekly becomes bi-weekly, daily becomes every other day. Because you still get the thing, it doesn't feel like deprivation. And that's why it lasts. That's why it's livable and sustainable. You're not punishing yourself. You're designing for the long game. Next, automate the difference. Here's the trick. The money you save has to be captured. Otherwise, it just leaks somewhere else. Every time you trim, automate the exact amount into an investment account. If sushi drops from 160 to 40, move that 120. Set it up once. Immediately. Don't think, don't hesitate. Automate it. This is how savings grow to become wealth. The sushi you don't eat today or this week funds your freedom later. The beers you skip, they become a car you pay for in cash in 5 years. It's not about the loss. It's about creating financial leverage. Realize that value isn't free-form, that the scarcity is what creates the value. When you have too much of something, it loses its meaning. It becomes common. Scarcity sharpens the edge of joy. Pick one thing you love and reduce it. Let yourself crave it again. Let yourself look forward to it. Money aside, this reframes your entire experience. Life feels fuller when small luxuries aren't a routine. They regain their spark. Meanwhile, your investments quietly grow in the background. You get the joy twice, now through a better experience and later through your ability to splurge. So let's be honest. If you're not saving, it's not because you're underpaid. It's because you're over-prioritizing today at the expense of tomorrow. The really good news? The fix isn't asceticism. It's not about turning your life gray. It's about subtle shifts. It's about making things special again. You scale back a little bit now. You scale way up later. The choice is between someone who goes on a bucket list vacation in 5 years or someone who can't afford to visit friends who moved away. Between someone who is at the mercy of interest rates next time they need to replace their aging car or someone who knows they can get the car they want without hoping interest rates come down. The choice is between fighting over grocery prices at 70 and picking what's on sale or being the person who takes the grandkids on vacation without even blinking. And the certainty that if push comes to shove, your ongoing life expenses are covered for the next year, no matter what the job market has in store for you. So ask yourself, what's one luxury you can scale back on this week? Not cut out, just scale back. Leave it in the comments and share it with other viewers. Because your future self, the one who isn't stressed, the one who still has joy, that person will thank you. And that's the game. That's how you win. If you like this video, share it with a friend who could benefit. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.